Hi everyone. I'll just give everyone a second. My clock says 8 o'clock, but I know it differs with different people's clocks. I'll give everyone a second before I start. Hope everyone is okay. Just like to say, it is an absolute honour to be on here and talking to you all this evening. Like literally, I've been buzzing all day. And so big thank you to Lisa for coming on and asking me on to speak to you all today. And hi! So please don't be offended. I probably won't be replying back to your comments while I'm talking because I get distracted like really easily. It doesn't take me a lot. So, but I do promise that after it all, I will come back and I will answer any questions you might have, and obviously reply back to any comments and stuff. So, hi! Oh, there's so many of you already. Honestly, so lovely to be here. Really is. So, I'm Ashley and I am a director. I'm director for, well, my team's called Team Glitter Stars. So I'm coming on to talk to you all about my Scentsy journey, which is obviously, I appreciate it's not as long as some of your journeys have been. I'm a relatively new consultant. I joined literally at the beginning of the pandemic. So March 2020 I joined. Literally 2 weeks later, boom, we're in lockdown, and I was like, oh my goodness. Joining wasn't an easy decision for me. So previous to joining Scentsy, I hadn't had any previous network marketing. It was all completely new to me. I'd never worked for any other network marketing company. So for the reasons for me for joining was pretty much that I just loved Scentsy. I'd used a borrow bag and I was buying wax and I was like, oh my God, I just love it. I love it so much. And then when I was offered the opportunity, I didn't take it up straight away. So I had an opportunity pack put into one of my orders and it definitely worked. So to begin with, I just ignored it. Didn't really pay much attention to it. Firstly, I thought she's put it in my order for the wrong reason. Like, she obviously put it in there by mistake. She didn't really think that I was going to be good enough to be a Scentsy consultant. And that's generally what I thought. But then I thought, I'll message her and just say, sorry, I'm talking about her. This is my sponsor, Gemma Glover. So I thought I'll just message her and just say, like, did you mean to put that in my order? And she's like, yeah. So I was like, okay. Oh no, it's not for me. And then I left it for a couple of weeks. But there was just something, you know, like something that plays in your mind, plays in your head, and it was just niggling at me, like thinking, could you do it? So the whole reason mainly for my big doubt about joining is my actual home life is really chaotic, like crazy chaotic. I'm a mum to two. I've got a son, a teenage son, Jack, who is coming up to 14, and I've got a daughter, Isla, who is 11 now. But when Isla was born, she was born with a rare disease. Well, it's a rare illness, so rare that it's only partially sort of diagnosed. So we've always lived a really chaotic lifestyle, like literally dipping in and out of hospital and stuff. She requires a lot of care. So for me, because of like the whole being in hospital all the time, I just couldn't see that I was going to be able to make it, like, fit it around hospital stays. She needs care throughout the night, so I get 2 hours of sleep in one gap throughout the night. So I get 2 hours sleep, I'm up doing medicines, doing other stuff, trying to get back to sleep, which is really hard. I don't know if any of you have ever like had to experience broken sleep. It is really difficult. So that is like, it is crazy busy sometimes. Her illness is so rare and so complex that up until recently she didn't even qualify for hospice care because there wasn't a nurse qualified enough to take care of her. When we originally went, so moving back to when she was first a baby, when we very first went through this experience, we was living in hospital for 9 months. It was crazy. So just so you get an idea of how complex she actually is. I won't go into full details because it's literally mind-blowing, and I know medical jargon can literally blow your mind because it still blows my mind and I live this every day. So she's really complex. So Scentsy, like joining Scentsy was a big thing for me. Obviously I wasn't able to work. I had to give up my full-time corporate career to be able to care for Isla. So financially, I couldn't afford to really. And it was all about the whole decision about the time and stuff. I just didn't think I was going to be able to make it work. The only thing I thought is, maybe I can just fund my own habit, maybe I can just fund and get a few extra wax bars. And I managed to get my mum hooked on it straight away, so I thought if I can just make it work for just them reasons, and that's absolutely fine. So that was March 2020, and oh my goodness. So I remember so well joining and that excitement, your box turning up. I joined with the £85 kit. And I joined on the month that if you hit the shooting star, you got the free shooting star enhancement kit. So I already had it in my head that no matter what I do, I'm going to get this kit because it's for free. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I literally put out a post and I was like, okay, friends, family, I really need your help here. I've started this new venture and I literally could see people eye rolling me and like unfriending me and stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness. Is this for me? Is this what I really want to do? I persevered, literally persevered, and I did. I hit the shooting star in 2 weeks, and I was really excited. I remember getting the enhancement kit and just thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe this was for free. Like how much stuff was in there, it was crazy. I got a diffuser in it, for goodness sake. And then I started getting more involved in the training side of it. So I remember there being a big Saturday in the inspiration station, and I was watching all the leaders sort of go live, all the different leaders go live and stuff. And it was the first time that I ever experienced mindset. And it was something that I thought, oh, this is like crazy, like how have I never ever heard about this? But everything, it was Laura actually who I was listening to, and I remember sitting there thinking, and she literally had these rows of books, all these books, and she was recommending some. So that I can't remember what my first book was, but I remember buying a book and thinking, I'll give it a whirl. If it works for Laura, then perhaps it can work for me. But there was something else about it that I just thought, oh my goodness, like if I could think like that. Like I just loved the friendliness of it all. I was just literally hooked from that very first training session that I watched. But I do remember sitting there thinking, I'm in awe of these people. How do they talk to people so confidently? How do they go live in front of people and inspire so many people without, it just looks so effortlessly. And I remember thinking, that's never going to be me. I'm never going to be able to grow because I don't think that I'd ever be able to put myself in that situation. Obviously, that's all part of mindset. So for me, joining Scentsy has not only given me something for me, it's given me this whole new journey of mindset. And I know it can sound really cheesy because I completely understand that mindset isn't for everyone. And I get that, I do get that. But for me personally, I can't thank Scentsy enough for bringing that into my life. It's literally changed everything. And not just for me, for Isla as well. It's really easy when you're living this life where you're in hospital all the time. You don't have a large friend network. You've got lots of friends, lots of people that you know, but you don't get to spend time with people. So you don't get to go on holidays. You don't get to go to the pub and meet your friends because your life's caring for your daughter, and all that matters is making sure that she's well, she's happy, she's safe. It gets really lonely. So I think I was just a little bit lonely. Definitely lonely, sad, and a little bit like envious of what other people had. Like I used to see people and I'd be like, oh, I used to love my summer holidays. Like literally I used to like live and breathe them. Even like we even managed to get Isla once away, and I just loved it. So until I joined Scentsy, I always felt a little bit hard done by, if that makes sense. And then this happened. And I feel like it's been a gift. I literally feel like it was always meant to be. I was always meant to find Scentsy. and it's this gift that just keeps giving to me, just keeps on giving, and I just get so passionate and so emotional that I can't get my words out, so please bear with me. But it has just been a crazy journey for me. So like I said, I joined in the March 2020 and I hit my shooting star. I started recruiting in the May. I'd never ever had any intention of recruiting a team. I didn't think I'd have the time to do it. I definitely didn't want to do lives and things like that, so it wasn't in my plan. But as soon as I started doing it, I just found a way. And the more I used to just carry on working on myself as a person, it just all sort of clicked and slotted together. I used to start enjoying challenging myself, and yeah, it's just been crazy, absolutely crazy. So I promoted to, so when I joined, so I've lost my track, completely lost my track. So March 2020 I joined, I started recruiting in the May, and then I hit director in the November 2020, so quite quickly, and I did grow quite quickly. My team that I started recruiting, we worked really well together, and I've always been very passionate about sharing other leaders' trainings, and I think that's made a massive difference to all of us growing. And again, obviously for my personal development, I was always wanting to just push myself that little bit further, and I set myself a goal. And I wrote down on an actual bit of paper my goal, because I always see that if you write your goals down, then you're more likely to achieve them. And I was a long way off of director numbers, trust me. And I wrote it down that I was going to be director by December 2020. And like I said, I hit the director in the November 2020. And it was just everything to me, like everything that I strived to do. I hit it, and I just wanted more then. Like, I was so hungry for more that I wanted just to carry on working on myself, but helping other people along the way. So as soon as I hit my director numbers in the November, I managed to carry on consistently hitting my director numbers. So I was really lucky. And I've always managed to continue to grow our team as well. So for me, it's just that you just need to be, if this is what you want and you want to be able to grow a team, I am living proof that if I can do it, absolutely anybody can do it. I had no previous networking skills, didn't even have a clue what mindset was. I had no networking skills, absolutely zilch. Everything that I have learned, I've learned through watching other people. I would say, make sure that you spend some time in your working week to watch other people and who inspire you. And it doesn't have to be people within your team. Like, I was always very massively driven and inspired by Lisa, Laura, Tam. There's loads of other people, but there's just a few. And I really love watching the Region 1 directors as well. So I literally do this in my week, and I pull together bits of what everyone else says, recommends, and I implement it into my own business in my own way. So I always try and be authentic when I'm teaching my team, sharing with my team, and working on myself. Massive part of it is always trying to be a better person every single day and learning something new every day. So that I'm going to now talk to you a little bit about how I do it now. So how I maintain my numbers, how I continue to grow, and so now I've got a director under me now as well. She promoted this November, so, and it's been so nice just to be able to work with her and work with her on her journey, to watch her now grow into a director herself and grow her own team. So the little community that we've got going now is really lovely, and it's only through watching all yous that it's just helped me so much. So like I said, I didn't have a clue about networking, but networking is a huge part of my business, massive part of my business, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Like I said, I never had no skills. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to run a Facebook page. I didn't know how to run an Instagram page. But all I literally do is just be myself. So I'm really, really open about my life. And I know that that leaves me vulnerable sometimes and open to judgment about how I live my life and what I do. But that I've always thought if I can just be myself, then the people that follow me, that my customers, teamies, they're all going to be joining me and following me for the right reasons. I don't put on any show, I don't put on any fakeness, I literally am me, and I share that. So I don't just share Scentsy, I share my whole life. I literally wear it all on my sleeve and I share it on my Facebook personal profile, I share it in my customer group, and I share it on my Instagram. And that's fine. I get that people like to be private, and that's absolutely fine. Again, this is just how I've managed to do what I do. And like, Isla is obviously a massive, massive part of my life. Obviously my son Jack is too, but he's a little bit more private. He's not so keen on me sharing stuff about him. Whereas Isla, she enjoys the Scentsy life and everything about it too. So she, like, to watch her grow in confidence as well, like she's got her own little Instagram page that I help her run, if you like. She's into drawing, she's recently got into crafting, and she does her own Instagram lives. And I know that she does that because she's watched me, because she talks like me. It's really funny. But when I watch her do it, I just think, oh my God, well, she finds it so easy, so I must be doing something right. So it's been amazing having her like share this part of the journey. So networking has always been really, really big part of my growth. A lot of my team that I've personally recruited, I've not got no previous connections with. I know that you need to be able to continue growing, meeting new people if you want to grow yourself. You can't stay comfortable in your customer group and just keep working with those people. You need to be bringing new people in all the time if you want to grow. And again, like I say, it's absolutely fine if you're happy doing what you're doing, then you carry on, it's absolutely fine. But for me, I've always wanted more. I set a goal and I achieve it, and then I move on to my next goal. So that's how I work, and that's what I want to do. I want to be SSD. I've never hid the fact that I want to be an SSD. Always wanted to be an SSD. I love helping people. My team, anyone else who I can help on the way, if I can, then I will, 100%. I would literally do Scentsy for free. That's how much I love it. That's how much it's helped me as a person. So if I can give something back to other people, I'm more than happy for that. More and more than happy for that. Like, I literally would give you everything if I thought it could help you and you could get the feeling that I do every single day. Every morning I wake up so excited. I know I'm going completely off topic. I'm going to talk to you about networking in a second. It's just, it's literally life. Scentsy is my life. I live, breathe it. So networking, you need to be meeting new people. And so many people say to me, but how do you network? So I'm going to keep it really simple for you. Social media is designed for people to be social on. If you're not talking to people and finding ways to talk to people, then you're not doing it right. You're not going to be able to build a business on social media if you're not being social. So you need to be talking back. If people are commenting on your posts, if people are like literally commenting and you're not replying back to them, then you're doing something wrong. You need to be able to be replying back and engaging with people. Find people that you can authentically build relationships with, because you'll find it so much easier to build genuine relationships. So for instance, I'm going to use Instagram as an example because I find Instagram a lot easier than Facebook. Facebook literally mind blows me, so I'm not going to claim to be an expert on either of these, but Instagram I find a lot easier, and I've managed to build a really steady network of people where it's quite effortless now. I can post on Instagram and I don't have to put in any effort to reap the rewards from it. My posts get quite a lot of engagement. I've got regular customers, And it's all because when I post, I'm very intentional about the people that I engage with and who I try and get to engage back with me. And I'm very, very generous with my engagement back with them. So if they're supporting me, then I'm supporting them. It's literally how it works. So when you're posting on, I know people find it so difficult, Instagram, and I get it. But once you master it, there's so many people on Instagram. It is literally a gold mine out there. And there is I understand that you think there's so many consultants already on there. It really doesn't matter. You can find your own people on there, I promise you that. So when you're posting, so don't just post Scentsy, number one. Make sure that they're very aware that you're a Scentsy consultant, but don't just post Scentsy. Post bits about your life, and then when you're posting bits about your life, make sure that you're using the hashtags in the right ways so that you can then reach out to like-minded people. So for instance, I've got a dog. I suppose a lot of people have got a dog. If you start using the hashtags around, so hashtagging Labradoodle, dogs, you're going to find local people with the same interests with you who's got dogs. And then you can build up a relationship through that. And then you're just looking, so this is all stuff that is going to take time. It's not something that's instant. Relationships don't grow overnight, they grow over time. And that's just one example. So obviously then I've got the hospital life, I've got Isla, so I've got hospital mums, people who live in chaotic lifestyles and things. So I will intentionally use the hashtags and just basically just talk to different people on there about the stuff that I feel passionate about, stuff that I know that I can feel confident about talking. And again, there's no show, no act. I'm just being myself and just talking to other people on there. And then they will start to see through other bits, or like maybe you're using your stories and stuff, that you are a Scentsy consultant, and you're not sort of doing it in a spammy way. You're doing it in a nice, genuine way, and if they're interested, then they will come to you. And that is how I've worked my networking, and that's how I've managed to grow a big customer base on Instagram. So keep with Instagram. It is a work in progress, and it takes time to build it up. But like I say, once you get it right, once you start posting intentionally, once you start networking with the right people, I promise you it'll pay off. Another big part of my business is following up. So I always make sure that I follow up with all my customers. I won't obviously go too much on that. I'm sure you're all aware what following up is, but that is what I do. And then I, obviously, like I touched on before, I watch trainings. I am always watching trainings. I'm always watching other people, and I get so much joy from it, like watching other people share. Like I'll never get over how generous people are. One, with their time, because time's precious. I know that. I know how precious time is. And two, that they're willing to share what they've learned to help other people. And that's exactly what I love about it all. This is exactly what I want to do, exactly what I want to be. And I love watching it. So find someone who you love watching, who inspires you, who you can take away bits from and think, do you know what? She's absolutely right. I'm going to implement this in my business. And then start doing it. Once you start, but people share their stuff because it's working for them. I understand that what works for me isn't going to work all the time, but if that doesn't work, I don't take it to heart. I've tried it. I'll find something else that makes it work, whatever it is. So just find your people, find the people who inspire you, because not everyone's going to inspire you. Find your people, find what works for you and your business, and then just show up, be passionate, be confident, and people will be attracted to you, I promise you. If you're just real, if you just be you, the right people will be attracted to you. And just be aware of what you're sharing on your personal profiles, and you can't really go wrong. You really can't go wrong by being yourself. I always say, be yourself and let the right people love you, and that is so true. You definitely will find that you will be inspiring so many people without even knowing it. honestly, without it, we've all got something about us that we're obviously different and unique, and people will love you for it. So just share what makes you happy, share what you're passionate about, and let the right people love you. The last thing that I do to make it all work every day is I plan my day. Obviously, living a chaotic lifestyle, it gets a little bit crazy. So I have to make sure that I've got a sort of plan for each day. I'm probably one of the worst people in the world. If I don't write down what I need to do, then I won't do anything. I literally won't do anything, and I'll sit there thinking, oh my God, I need to do all these things, and I haven't got anything done. So make a plan for your day. I always sort of try and do 5 important things that I have to get done in that day, and once I've done those 5 things, then I can go and have a little chill. So now the weather's getting nice, I love to sit in the garden. I can only do them things once I've marked off my 5 important things on my list, and obviously that's going to be income producing activities in your own business. You know what they are. Sample making, getting sample packs out. Networking is always one thing that I implement into my business every single day. Networking is always on there, and obviously teamy stuff. There's literally endless of stuff, so that's what I do every single day. So yeah, that is me. I've literally seen all the comments come up and I haven't replied to any of them. I'm really sorry, but I lose my train of thought so quickly. Like, I can't concentrate on 2 things at once. So thank you for having me. Like, I really, really appreciate it. And I've loved coming on and talking to you all. And I will come off and I will reply back to you all. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope I didn't waffle too much. I hope I didn't talk 100 miles an hour, because I know I do that too. And thank you for listening.